What is up, everybody? This is GoldenOrc and welcome to the first episode of Cities. On this pilot episode, I'll be talking about Vaughan. Not only am I going to be talking about Vaughan's flag, I'll also be talking about Vaughan's 25-year anniversary flag, Vaughan's logo, and Vaughan's corporate seal. Vaughan's flag was first raised at a flag-raising ceremony on May 2nd, 1988. It was designed by then 15-year-old student Michael Veit. And this was after a flag design contest for the flag of Vaughan. So, yeah. The four blue stripes represent the then communities of Vaughan: Clyburn, Maple, Thornhill, and Woodbridge. That was back in 1988. Now there's Clyburn, Maple, Thornhill, Woodbridge, and Concord. And Concord wasn't really represented on the flag because Concord, yes, there was maybe one neighborhood there, but it wasn't really a prime residential area. There wasn't really a lot of houses there, maybe one neighborhood. It was mostly industrial buildings and stuff. So yeah, that's why Concord wasn't on the flag, represented in the flag. So yep. And the red maple leaf has been a historical symbol of Canada, so that's why it's on the flag. And white isn't really mentioned, but I think it represents the huge size and population growth of Vaughan. And in 2016, Vaughan celebrated its 25th year as a city, and to commemorate, they made a special edition 25-year flag, as you can see on the screen right now. The big 25 represents 25 years of development as a city. You know, Vaughan developing 25 years as a city. The green and blue represent the progression, movement, and motion of Vaughan as a city. The two colors also symbolize Vaughan's growth and heritage. And the thing that says Vaughan at the bottom is the logo. And well, Vaughan, it says Vaughan is Vaughan, so you can't argue with that. So if it says Vaughan, then obviously it symbolizes Vaughan. And yeah, and the five stripes. Oh yeah, also the tower in the middle is a key symbol. It's a clock tower at Vaughan City Hall, and the five stripes in the green side of the Vaughan logo symbolize the amalgamated towns of Vaughan, which is Concord, Clyburn, Maple, Thornhill, and Woodbridge. And now I'll be talking about the city of Vaughan's corporate seal. The seal was made all the way back in 1850, following the creation of the municipal township of Vaughan. The whole seal symbolizes the rural agricultural society of the late 19th century, and is used today to remember the city's past. The sheaves of wheat represent the local popular crop. The wheat was a very popular crop there, so that's what the sheaves of wheat represent. The beaver represents industry, as the beaver is a very industrial animal, and also the beaver is also the national animal of Canada. Yeah, so the beaver is basically the national animal, so that's what Canada. So that's why it's on there. And the anvil and hammer represent blacksmithing, and the loom represents the weaver. The loom represents the weavers who weave cloth for the community. And surrounding the shield is a horde of plenty, agricultural equipment, and a lamb. These symbolize the importance of agriculture back then, around the time when the seal was created, which is 1850. And the hand above the open hand above the shield symbolizes peace. Sorry about that. And anyways, as you can see, behind me is the Vaughan Town Hall. Vaughan Town Hall, Vaughan City Hall. Sorry. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And okay, so this section, it's gonna be kind of a short section. I couldn't really find anything about this, so yeah, it's gonna have to be a short section. But it still has to be a legit section. So yeah, anyways, on with the section. Vaughan to the south of it, but not bordering it, is Lake Ontario, which in turn gives Vaughan some rivers, such as the Humber River. And in fact, there's a trail, or it's a river. So you can do some portages, and it's also a river that links on Lake Ontario to Lake Simcoe. This trail is called the Carrying Place Trail, and it's been used for centuries by First Nations and Europeans. Being close to the lake means that Vaughan has relatively flat land and is great for farming. Vaughan is basically at sea level, and also being in Canada, Vaughan has many boreal forests and lakes. Okay, Vaughan is in the province of Ontario, which is in Canada. What borders Vaughan is Markham to the east, Richmond Hill to the northeast, Caledon and Brampton to the west, and Toronto to the south. Vaughan is made up of 5 amalgamated communities. This includes Clyburn in northwestern Vaughan, Maple in north-central Vaughan, Concord in south-central Vaughan, Woodbridge in west-central Vaughan, and Thornhill in southeastern Vaughan. However, the entirety of Thornhill isn't located in Vaughan, and Thornhill is located in Vaughan and in Markham. So there's part of Thornhill in Vaughan, and there's part of Thornhill in Markham. So, and yeah, I'll be covering Markham in a later video. The first recorded population of Vaughan was in 1792 when Europeans first came there, because, you know, like, First Nations could also record stuff, but it was officially recorded in 1792, like a first permanent population. So, yeah. Anyways, after 1971, when Vaughan became a town, Vaughan's population grew rapidly. So, and yeah, after 1971, Vaughan became a town, and after that, basically, Vaughan's population grew rapidly, and as today is the 17th largest municipality in Canada. It might be a bit higher or lower in 2017. I don't really know, because it's the most recent information I could find. So anyways, Vaughan from 1981 to 1991 grew from 29,674 to 111,359 in 10 years, which was insane. And in 1991, Vaughan was declared a city. And in Vaughan, Vaughan has a large number of Italians, Russian, and Jewish people. Some 6.62% of the population adheres to Christianity, mostly Catholicism, which is 46.23%. And those who practice non-Christian religions adhere to the order, on the order of size, adhere to Judaism 15.28%, Islam 4.92%, Hinduism 4.5%, and Buddhism 2.52%. Those who do not practice religion or have religious affiliation include 10.04% of the population. So the twin cities of Vaughan include Sora, Italy, Ramla, Israel, Sancho, Japan, Yangzhou, China, Baguio, Philippines, Delia, Italy, and Lanciano, Italy. And I probably butchered some of the pronunciations, so yeah. Anyways, next section. Vaughan has many tourist attractions, such as Canada's Wonderland, Vaughan Mills, McMichael Art Collection, and Colruyt Centre for Conservation and Boyd Conservation Area. Canada's Wonderland is the biggest amusement park in Canada. In Vaughan, Canada's Wonderland is in Maple, Ontario. As a seasonal park, Canada's Wonderland is open daily from May to September, with weekend openings in late April, October, and November. With 16 roller coasters, Canada's Wonderland is ranked third in number of roller coasters after Six Flags Magic Mountain, which has 19 roller coasters, and Cedar Point, which has 17 roller coasters. The 330-acre park includes a 20-acre water park called Splashworks. This park, Canada's Wonderland, holds Halloween Haunt, a Halloween-themed event each fall. Canada's Wonderland opened in 1981. Okay, Vaughan Mills is one of the largest. Vaughan Mills is one of the largest shopping centers in Canada, located adjacent to Canada's Wonderland at the southeast corner of Highway 400 and Rutherford Road in Vaughan, Ontario. The mall opened on November 4th, 2004, and it's the first regional closed shopping complex to be opened in the Greater Toronto area. So basically, Vaughan Mills is completely surrounded by the GTA. It's not, it's not boring Toronto on the one side. It's completely surrounded by the GTA. Vaughan Mills in Vaughan is located in Concord and Vaughan. So basically, in Vaughan, Vaughan Mills is located in Concord. The McMichael Canadian Art Collection is an art gallery in Clonburg, Ontario, Canada, northwest of Toronto. It houses an extensive collection of paintings by Tom Thompson, the Group of Seven, and their contemporaries, and First Nations and Inuit art. The core of this art collection and the very gallery itself are the results and dreams of the vision of two people. Signe and Robert Michael were on the first sight, completely captivated by the paintings of the Group of Seven, which seemed to embody the same love and respect they had for the Canadian heritage, Canadian landscape. And by the way, the Group of Seven, if you don't know what the Group of Seven is, they're a group of Canadian artists in the 1920s who wanted to promote Canada through art, draw the landscape. They did this by drawing the Canadian landscape and, most of the Canadian landscape. Yeah, just basically the Canadian landscape. And the Colruyt Centre for Conservation, or simply known as the Colruyt Centre, in Vaughan, Colruyt Centre is in Woodbridge. The area which is located is predominantly forested in its western and northern extent. Between March and mid-April, the Colruyt Centre for Conservation hosts its annual Maple Syrup Festival. The focus of the Maple Syrup Festival is to educate the public on how maple syrup production has changed over time. Demonstrations are given on how to properly identify a maple tree, how First Nations people discovered and cooked maple syrup or sweet water, how pioneers brought over kettles for cooking, and how maple syrup today is made in a modern sugar shack. Maple syrup samples are given to the public at the pioneer site. The Maple Syrup Festival also features rag and rides, wagon rides, face painting, balloon animals, and magic shows during the March break and on the weekends. Boyd Conservation Area is located in Kleinburg and Vaughan. Boyd Conservation Area is a suburban land preserve owned and operated by the Toronto and Region Conservation Authority. It also overlaps a life science area of natural and scientific interest of the same name. Public operations run between late April and early October. I went to Boyd last summer, and yeesh, it was a long bike ride, but like the views were sick there. So yeah, if you bike there, take a car there, drive there, you should check it out. A long trail, nice trail, and if you like nature, hiking or biking, I would definitely recommend you check this out. 9 out of 10. So really good. 9 out of 10. You should definitely check this out. So there are some big plans in Vaughan, and one of them being Vaughan Metropolitan Center, or VMC for short. Vaughan has big plans to make a downtown Vaughan, which will be located at approximately Highway 400 and Highway 407. Vaughan plans to open most of downtown's Vaughan's buildings by 2019. Also, VMC will be kind of like downtown Vaughan, basically. And a VMC will be 0.51 kilometers square. 25,000 people will live in VMC, and 11,000 new jobs are expected to be created. There will be many things in VMC, including cultural spaces, retail spaces, civic spaces, green spaces, hotels, convention centers, shopping malls, and more. As well, the Young Spadina line is going to be extended to the VMC and will be opening before 2018, hopefully. They might, like the people who are building, they might be a bit off schedule, but I read an article that said that they will be on schedule. Links will be in the description, and anything that I say in the video that you don't know about, all the links, if you're not a local from Vaughan, everything will be in the description. You can read about it, you'll know about it, you'll be like, oh, what's this guy talking about? It'll be in the description. I'll link everything in the description so you can know what it is. So there'll be other stops in Downsview, which will be called Shepherd West, that will go to Vaughan Metropolitan Center. But the VMC stop and line will be very useful for people who want to travel to Toronto. And now it'll only take 45 minutes to get to downtown Toronto all the way from VMC. The subway will link VMC all the way down south to Union Station in Toronto. As well, Viva wants to change their entire bus system and change up all the routes and add professional Viva Rapidways. I'll put a picture of it right now. And there it is. And I know you don't get me, but as you can see on the screen, once you see this picture, it makes sense. So they want to basically build a lot of those on Yonge Street. And they'll do it in certain sections, but not every section. Because there's no traffic there, why would they do that? And yeah. And Viva wants to do this project to help make transport better in York Region, and there's no better time while making a city center new downtown. As well, Viva's making a new Viva route called the Viva Silver that runs in Major Mac on Jane. And they'll also be changing the Viva Green, but there already is the Viva Green, but they're just really changing the route. And I'll be driving up Bayview, I believe, and I'll go all the way from Don Mills Station all the way on Bayview all the way to Major Mac. I'll put a map link in the description. I'll put a map right here on the screen. So, and the Vaughan Mackenzie Hospital is under construction in Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, and expected to be completed by 2020. It will be operated by Mackenzie Health, which operates the hospital. The hospital is being built on a 25-hectare property on the northwest corner of Jane Street and Major Mackenzie Drive, adjacent to Canada's Wonderland. Its construction will cost about $1.2 billion Canadian. Finally, now in 10 years, there's going to be a proposed subway line extension to Vaughan via Yonge Street. So basically, it'll go Finch, the next street after Finch, will be on Yonge Street. And this subway extension will probably happen one of the most likely, but not anytime in the near future because, they already have a lot of transportation stuff going on. So, and even if they start in 2017, they're going to finish by 2025. So it's, I'm going to be I'm 17 now, by the time they're finished, I'm going to be 25. They're going to do this, but probably, in the future, so, yeah. And Vaughan's population expected to reach 416,600 by 2031. So, as I said before, this is the bonus section. Vaughan was settled in 1792 by Europeans and became a township in 1850 and a town in 1971. Vaughan Township was united with the village of Woodbridge to form the town of Vaughan in 1971, and before that, in 1971, Vaughan and Woodbridge were separated, and when they formed together, they became a town. Finally, in 1991, Vaughan became a full-fledged city. Vaughan is named after Benjamin Vaughan, a British commissioner who signed a peace treaty with the United States in 1873. Specifically, he was a commissioner in the negotiations between Britain and the United States in the Treaty of Paris. Vaughan also has a weird system called the Southern Ontario Concession System. That makes everywhere in Southern Ontario look like a grid, and where every major road is 2 kilometers apart. So as you can see here on screen, there is an example. So you see Bathurst to Dufferin, that's 2 kilometers. Kill to Dufferin, that's 2 kilometers. So when we say to someone, we ask them, oh, where do you live? Closest intersection. They oh, I live at Bathurst and Teston. Oh, I live at Bathurst and Elgin Mills. Oh, I live at Young and Wellington. They say they don't say their address. They just say the closest major intersection. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And Vaughan is 273.52 kilometers squared. And not officially part of the video, but I like to be talking about my upload schedule. So, would you rather have a erratic schedule of bi-weekly updates, tri-weekly updates, or one video every month? Or would you rather have no videos for a month and then have videos for a month, but every week you get a video? So 1 week you get a video, another week, but then you get no videos for a whole month. So yeah. So I'll put you can vote. You can write in the comments. I'll link a page on my. I'll link a link to my Facebook page and my Twitter page. You can go check that out. You can go check those out and vote. It's a way to promote. So yeah, I'll put 2 options. So erratic uploads, or would you like nice and neat uploads, no videos for a month, and then you get videos every week for a whole month. And also, I'm gonna be starting this in February, so every day, because I'm kind of doing exams right now, so you kind of just leave early, so you can I can make videos. So, anyways, I'll be doing not daily, but I'll be doing a lot of uploads until the end of February. So yeah. Anyways, tomorrow you should check out a Nintendo Switch vlog because I'm going to Toronto. I'll also be doing Toronto in a later video, actually very soon. I'll be talking about my upload schedule right after I talk about this. I'm going to be going to downtown Toronto, playing the Nintendo Switch exclusive tomorrow, downtown Toronto. Anyways, check that out. So, then these are the next episodes. So, next I'm going to do Ottawa. After that, I'm going to do Toronto. See, I told you it was very close. And finally, after that, it's Quebec City. So, Ottawa, Vaughan, Ottawa, Toronto, and Quebec City. So, there's the next 4 episodes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned a lot about Vaughan. And peace out.